fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this one is mine. I am going to be working on my dream catcher from Diamond Art Club while I chat. So you can just watch me, or you can go grab whatever you are currently working on and join me. I am going to get everything zoomed in and situated, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've finished the other two sections that I was working on. I'm now going to be working on this one, so I'm just going to pick a color and then jump in. So I hope everyone is doing well. This has been kind of a crazy week for me, which I think I say that all the time, but it truly has been a crazy week this week. So let's see. Life update. My husband is still in PT. He's doing okay, although his physical therapist told him that it probably will take between 6 to 8 months before he feels kind of back to normal. So we'll see what happens. I'm not convinced that he's not going to have surgery. He, of course, wants to avoid it. I mean, I want him to avoid it too, but I don't know that that's realistic. So we'll see what happens. But so just trying to, figure out what we're going to do. The end of school is around the corner. So my youngest is currently in the midst of finals and trying to get all of his projects finished and assignments turned in and all of that stuff. This week for me, I have been working on some professional development. Sorry, I got distracted there because I just realized that I didn't turn on my timer, but that's okay. Anyway, so I've been working on professional development and trying to get all of that done. And I had 2 classes that I had to do. I'm almost done with both of them. And then I just have one more class and then I will be finished. So I only have 3 more days at work and then I am done, which I'm both happy and sad for. In a lot of ways, I will be happy that I'm done, and in a lot of ways, I'm going to be sad because I won't be seeing the kids anymore. So there is that. In the meantime, I have been keeping myself busy diamond painting and trying to figure out where I go from here. So I've got another one that doesn't want to come off my pen. So let's see. So yeah, I'm almost done with work. And that has been weird for me because now I feel like I'm going to have this kind of hole in my time and I don't really know what to do with it. Which my husband keeps telling me not to worry about, that I have plenty of stuff to fill it with. And he's probably right, but as much as I enjoy diamond painting, I can't diamond paint all day, every day. So I do have ideas about things that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish after I get done with work. And that's both long and short-term goals, both in life and diamond painting. So I will continue to do what I've been doing as far as the diamond painting goes. I do have some new things that have happened that are exciting. So I have been telling you guys all along that I was going to be hosting 2 events, and one of them is around the corner. I still feel like I don't really necessarily know what I'm doing, but then I felt that way when I launched the YouTube channel, and here I am still. So I'm just going to jump in with both feet and hope everything goes okay. So this is the official announcement of my DP for Pets event. And I will have more particulars on all my socials. If you follow me on Instagram, They will be there. If you don't follow me, I'm at Diamond Painting Anonymous on Instagram. You can find the links for that below. You can also find the links below for my Facebook page and my Facebook group. Information will be posted on there about the event as well. So, but just to give you some details, and I will flash my little image on the screen so that you can kind of look at it. So, DP for Pets, hashtag DP for Pets 2022. I am hoping to make this a multi-year event, so I decided that I would add the 2022 onto the end just for less confusion. But either way, and then, so it is going to run from June 1st through June 30th. It is going to, trying to figure out how I want to word this. So the event is going to run from June 1 to June 30. Requirements for the event are that it is a new start, that it is at least 30 by 30, that it follows the pets theme, and you need to follow me on Instagram as well as subscribe here on YouTube. I will have Google entry and exit forms. So on the 1st of June, I will open up a entry form that you can fill out to give me some information. And then I will have an exit form that has a place for you to post a picture of your finish and a couple of other questions. So you have from June 1 until June 30 to finish. And like I said, minimum of 30 by 30. So I feel like that gives people plenty of time to finish something. And yeah, so of all the qualified entries that I receive, I will enter everyone into a random drawing, and that the drawing is open to everyone, USA and international. I'm not going to limit it. But because I am doing that, that means there will only be one prize package. So everybody will go in one big wheel to be selected, and then somebody will win the prize package. And I will have more information later about what all the prize package entails. I have most of it already put together, but you know, if anybody wanted to donate anything or add to it or whatever, I will tell you that there is a kit, a diamond painting kit, and some other things that will be included. So if you're interested in that, it is a Diamond Art Club kit. And then I have some other supplies that I will be including. So if you're interested, make sure that you are following me here. I will probably do a short video announcement on the 1st of June that will be on the YouTube channel, where I will post all of the official rules and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know, first of all. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, so kind of the background of what's behind all this. The reason that I decided to do both of these events, I wanted to host an event a while ago, and I didn't feel like I was ready to jump into it yet. I still don't, but I'm jumping in anyway. And because it's me, of course, I can't do anything by half measures. I'm not hosting just one event. I'm hosting 2 this year. I have asked I know there's lots of people who have different places where you look for where diamond painting events are posted and that kind of thing. Mr. and Mrs. Dubé, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She keeps a spreadsheet, and she's the one that I follow because the spreadsheet is easy for me to access, and it has a lot of stuff on there. That's where I found the information about the Check Along and Alice in Winter Wonderland. And she's got Drills and Chills listed, and I'm so excited because they're doing Summer with the Masters again this summer. So I have asked her to add my events to the spreadsheet, so they should be on there. If you know where to go for that, I will try to stick a link down in the description below if I remember to their spreadsheet. So they're both on there. But anyway, so this, when I started thinking about events, I was trying to think of, what is something that would be kind of near and dear to my heart, and that is pets and veterans. Those are both, I don't know, I don't want to say charities necessarily, but they're both issues that are near and dear to my heart. And so um, I thought, that would be what I wanted to do. And initially, what I was going to do was some kind of an event where people made donations, but because of taxes and donations and charities and the overly complicated system here in the US, I quickly decided that that was going to be way more headache than I wanted. So, what I'm going to do is at the beginning of the event, I'm going to donate to my local Humane Society. And I will share more information about that when I do it. So I would encourage everyone else to, when they're participating in the event, you do not have to, it is not a requirement, but if you should feel so moved to also donate to your local Humane Society or shelter or whatever, then that would be amazing. And if you do, please share that with me because I would love to share that with everyone else. Um, Again, it's not a requirement for you to participate that you donate, but if you did, that would be awesome, and I would really appreciate it, as would your local Humane Society. So that's kind of where it came from. And also the DP for vets, same thing, because that's kind of a near and dear to my heart. My grandfather and both my grandfathers served, as did my father, and many uncles on my mom's side of the family as well. Uh, Probably on my dad's side too, but I know more about the ones on my mom's side. So, but anyway, again, I will be doing the same thing when we get to that event. But DP for pets up first. So that's what I'm going to be doing, making a donation. And then I have several canvases that I'm hoping to get through during that month. So mine are probably going to be a little bit larger than 30 by 30. I do have a couple of 30 by 30s that I probably could do, but I'm trying to save all of those for my event and my challenge in September. So, yeah, mine are going to be bigger than that, but I do have 5 or 6 different canvases that would qualify, and I'm going to be, pretty easygoing about what qualifies. I mean, you know, every animal can't be a pet, but I mean, there are some pretty exotic pets out there. So I'm looking mostly, my thought was in creating the event was cats and dogs and, birds and kind of domesticated animals. But people keep lots of different domesticated animals, besides just what fits, hamsters and fish and that kind of thing. Some people have, I don't know, a tiger, a bear, a snake, rabbits, pretty much anything you could think of that would fit as possible pet, I'm going to be fine with. So, don't worry that unless it's something that's blatantly has nothing to do with pets, then you're probably fine. So, and uh, if you don't want to do all the things, for instance, I'm asking that you subscribe to me here on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, that's totally fine. But you do need to do those things to be entered for the prize package. So if you want to just participate in the event, then feel free to just jump in and have fun and share and do whatever you're doing. But in order to be considered for the prize package, I will be checking that you are in all of those places. So just FYI. So, What else have I been doing? That's enough about my event. What else have I been doing? You guys, I'm working really hard on trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself after I'm not working at the preschool anymore, because I kind of have worked there so long. I feel like I don't know what to do with myself now. And so, yeah, I'm really have been trying my hand at some various other things, diamond painting related, but not necessarily diamond painting. And that is, I have been trying my hand at making some of my own pens. Um, I've shared with you already my attempts at making cover minders. Those actually, I feel like, are super easy to make. The process is super easy. Obviously, I need to do a bit more tweaking and a bit more research to figure out the best way for me. But it's not all that complicated. And so I have been kind of playing around with, where to get things to make them and how I want to do it and what kind of works best for me and my workflow. So I'm working on that. So, for the longest time, I didn't really use cover minders, uh, but I'm finding them useful, especially since my light board is magnetic. Finding it really useful to use them just to, like I said, just to hold my canvas in place while I'm diamond painting. So I've been working on those. Um, oh, for any and all of you out there who are mothers today, happy Mother's Day. I don't know if everybody celebrates it, but here in the States, it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Uh, my Mother's Day gift was yet another toy that is diamond painting related. So one of the things that I've been trying my hand at is making my own diamond painting pens. So my first attempt, and I will be sharing it with you at some point, was polymer clay, um, which turned out okay. However, my carpal tunnel, working with the clay and having to knead it and roll it out and all of that, is not health friendly to me. I mean, I did it, but by the end of the time I was done working on it, my hand was just absolutely killing me, and it was still sore the next day. So that, unfortunately, is not going to be something that I can pursue um, as something that I can do. Um, Working with the clay, not working with the pens. So, um, and honestly, it wasn't something that I enjoyed all that much. The first couple of attempts were fine because, it was a novelty, but then after that, it was kind of like, this doesn't hold my interest. So, um, and I think that's mostly working with the clay. I just don't enjoy it. So, anyway, so my husband and I were talking about things and looking at some of my attempts and how could we make these better. And it was, well, it would be nice if I had some kind of a lathe so that I could, um, experiment a little bit. And you can get a pretty inexpensive tabletop lathe. It's not great, but it is going to be great for me to learn on. So that's what I got for Mother's Day, was a tabletop lathe that I am practicing with. We have already discovered that the tools that came with it are not great. We need additional ones. I think at some point already, I likely will be upgrading to a nicer version. I mean, this was a very inexpensive kind of try it out and see if it's going to do what I think it is. But my husband and I both had so much fun messing with it, and just kind of experimenting to see how things turned out. Um, Several of my pens are going to get scrapped, but so, but it's all a learning process, so it's all good. So yeah, that was my Mother's Day gift, and I've been working on that, so that's been fun. Um, if you told me that someone was going to buy me a lathe for Mother's Day and I'd be happy about it, I would have thought you were crazy, but they did, and I am. So, guess it's just all a matter of where you're at the time, right? So, I'm definitely looking for ways to keep myself busy. Um, I am still focusing on my goals. I have been hard at work this week in between working on um, all my projects for work and all that kind of stuff. I have been trying to diligently work on my Dreamer Designs canvas. And I still haven't quite pinpointed what I feel is different about it. So I do have to say, after going back to it, I do really enjoy it. Their drills are very nice. I love the colors. The particular kit that I'm working on is pretty detailed. So it's kind of large. I think that has been part of my, it's just so large. I feel like it's going on forever. But some of that has been because it's just been sitting around because I took time off of it to work on other things. So it feels like it's been sitting around forever, and it feels like it's taking much more time than it actually is because, for a lot of the time that it sat around, I wasn't working on it. So anyway, all of that to say that, I've seen other people say that um, they just have issues with Dreamer Designs. And again, they're not exactly the same as everyone else, but that's a good thing, right? I mean, if they were all the same, then what would it matter where you bought stuff from? Um, so, but I really like their drills. The only thing that I think is kind of weird for me is there's the kit that I'm working on, there's 3 ABs, and 2 of them are fine. The third color of AB, for whatever reason, the drills, all of the drills, are just slightly taller than all of the other drills, even the other ABs. So I don't know if it was just something in that manufacturing batch. I don't know if it's that particular color is an issue for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it's not noticeable when you're looking at the canvas, but it is noticeable when you run your hands across it. Not to the extent that they feel like popping drills, but you definitely notice that they stand up a little bit taller than other drills. But the ABs are gorgeous. So, and the kit is one that's kind of one of almost, it feels almost like an impressionistic style of painting. So it lends itself really well to the pixelated, drills. Not that the picture is pixelated, but when you're up close and working on it, it's pixelated because you're dealing with these individual squares of color. So it's been really nice to kind of work on it and then step back and see how it's all coming together because it really is a gorgeous picture. So, but I do have to admit, it does feel different. The canvas feels different, not in a bad way, just different. The drills feel slightly different. So, although again, since I have been working on it, that's, going away. So maybe it's just that I'm familiar with Diamond Art Club and their drills, and so that feels comfortable versus, working with a new company and kind of trying to get a feel for how they do things. So, and again, nothing bad. I really love how the canvas is turning out so far. So I'm excited to actually get it finished. I'm hoping within the next couple of days, actually, that I will be done with it. I put in a lot of time this week on a couple of days that I didn't working on it. So I'm definitely past the halfway point, and I feel like if I could get in just another couple of days of really good working days on it, that I'd be done. Um, and it also, I'm getting to sections where I've got much more blocking, color blocking than multi-placing, because there was quite a bit of multi-placing in this one. Now, I think that multi-placing adds to the finish of the project, but it is can be tedious while you're working on it. So I work out on my drafting table in the living room is where that one has kind of lived while I've been working on it. So like while my husband's watching TV, I will sit down and listen to the TV while he watches, and that way we can have a conversation with each other while I'm still diamond painting and I feel like I'm accomplishing something, but I'm not kind of, holed up in the house somewhere where no one can talk to me or whatever. So that part of it has been fun. Just feeling like I made some progress on it, because I feel like that's kind of one that has sat around forever and I've not had a chance to kind of get where I wanted to with it. So I feel the same about this one in a lot of ways. But this one I know is slow going because have been waiting on finishing up my Dreamer designs to really get gung-ho on this one. And two, I use this one a lot for my WIP and chats. So I don't do a lot of work on it other than that one day a week. So at least for now, until I get the Dreamer designs done. That's my goal, is finish the Dreamer designs, then finish this one, and then I can finish the Spangler that I just unboxed and kitted up, and then my Fan Cells mosaic, the Gothic mosaic that I just kitted up, because I think both of those are going to turn out really well. I'm actually really looking forward to working on the Spangler. Just the little bit that I've already done on it, it feels like it's going really fast, which is crazy. I mean, I've only spent maybe 40 minutes total working on it, but it just felt like it went fast. So I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, so I'm hoping once I'm done with all of my work stuff, like I said, and have been saying, that's going to give me some time this summer to kind of focus on things. And yeah, so we're kind of in a wait and see holding pattern right now for our move to Canada. We did turn in all of our paperwork. We haven't heard anything yet, which we weren't expecting to hear anything this soon, so that's not surprising. But now it's kind of, okay, we finally have taken that step. So now what's the next thing? I was just talking to my husband today. I really want to take a trip up to Canada and Maine this summer so we can kind of look around and get the lay of the land and figure out kind of what we want to do, where we want to land. We have a rough idea of where we want to land in Maine, but it's kind of hard to say, oh, well, I'm going to move here and do this when you've never really been there before. We've been to Bangor several times. We usually fly into there when we go to Canada, and then we rent a car because it's only like 6 hours to his mom and dad's house from Bangor. And I just find crossing the border easier on land. These drills do not want to stick for some reason. So, so I'd really like to get something planned, but I don't know whether or not my husband is going to have surgery. He keeps saying no, but I don't know. And what I really would like to do is to get a small RV with an eye to, one of the things that my husband and I have talked about is that, once we're moved, he will travel for work, because then he could work for 2 or 3 months and then take 2 or 3 months off, doing storm work and traveling. And so one of the things we talked about was that I would travel with him. So if we had a camper, so he would have a vehicle and then I would, be in the RV and stay someplace or whatever. Lots of the people that he works with do that. Several of them actually live in their RVs full time and just drive it from place to place as they go from job to job. So with an eye towards doing that, I would love to get one, a used one. I don't want to buy a brand new one, and I don't want a huge one, because for most of it, it would either just be my husband or my husband and I. But for a short trip, just a couple of weeks, we could make it work with my husband and my son and I. My daughter is doing her own thing. She's already making plans for her vacation this summer, so she's not going to be traveling up there with us. So it would just be the three of us, and I thought it would be fun to kind of have the RV and travel up there and, see what's what and have essentially our hotel with us because we could just park it like at his parents' house and hook up to their power and whatnot, rather than having to go through all the expense of getting a hotel and buying airplane tickets and all that kind of stuff. So don't know what we're going to do. I know he would rather fly just for time reasons because, of course, it would take us a lot longer to drive than fly. But we haven't taken a vacation in 5 years. I mean, honestly, the last time, well, our last 2 trips up to Canada, the trip before last, we were up there because his sister passed away and we were up there for the funeral. And we were just there for that and then came home. And then when we went back was when COVID hit. And so we ended up having to cut that trip short to come home as well. And haven't been able to get back since. So, yeah, just plus I'd like to take, we'd like some time up in Canada, but like I said, I would also like some time in Maine to kind of look around and see what's what, what's available. Definitely don't need a house the size that we have currently. And that's something we were talking about too. We've been talking about having small houses in both places so that we could kind of go back and forth. But then it's like, well, what do we do with the one that we're not currently in? Who's going to watch it? Who's going to take care of it, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. We haven't kind of worked out all of those details yet. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do. But of course, my husband's answer to all of that is we just need to win the lottery and then we can do whatever we want. And I'm like, well, that's great, but can't really plan on winning the lottery. So we kind of need to come up with an actual plan, not just crossing our fingers. So we'll see. I do want to go somewhere on vacation, even if we don't manage to go all the way to Canada. Even if we just drove to Maine, or at this point, I would settle for driving somewhere local too. I just need to get away from it all for a little bit, kind of reset myself and figure out where to go from here. Of course, that could just be me because, like I said, this is kind of going to be a big transition for me going from being in the workforce to not being in the workforce. And at my age, that's kind of a scary proposition because the older I get, the harder it will be to get back in the workforce. So, yeah. I mean, I have all kinds of plans for things that I would like to do to have kind of my own business and stuff, but, having a business requires some startup money and stuff like that, which we're working on, but my goodness, these drills do not want to stick. What is going on? My glue dots being obnoxious. There we go. Come on. Okay. I think those are sticking, finally, maybe. Maybe it's too warm in the house. I've been avoiding trying to turning on the air conditioner because we're just now in May, and it seems crazy to me that I would already need to be running the air conditioner. So there have been a couple of days it's been so hot that we turned it on, but I don't think we're going to have much choice this week. It's been kind of rainy and dreary here the past couple of weeks, so it hasn't been super hot. but it's supposed to be in the upper 90s starting tomorrow. So I think probably our air conditioning is going to get turned on at that point. My husband is outside in the heat all day, so he likes coming home to a nice cool house, of course, when he's off work. And I usually am freezing, but I'm finding this summer it's too hot. Usually I'm fine with it. 90 degrees, sure, bring it on. 100 degrees, great. I mean, I'm inside most of the time, so it's not like I'm outside in it, but I don't mind warm weather. But yeah, I'm getting to the point where it's like, it's too hot. I don't enjoy it. Let's turn on the air conditioner. So at least we made it through the winter without another horrendous gas bill. So there is that. I tried really hard to watch our heating this winter, and we managed to make it through without another astronomical gas bill, which I'd like to think is due to the fact that I was paying more attention, but also was likely due to the fact that prices just didn't get as high as I was afraid they would. So that's one of the reasons I want to go spend some time up in Canada. My husband and I want to build a house out by his parents because they're kind of out in the country. But I want to be as self-sufficient as possible. We both want to have solar and possibly wind energy. We will have a well. Well and septic system are givens out there. There is no city services out there where they live. And so, yeah, pretty much, internet and phone would be the only thing that wouldn't be, something we're providing for ourselves. So, but I don't really know all the ins and outs of how all that works in Canada. I know how it would work here, but I don't really know how all that works in Canada. And just when I think I've got a handle on it, something will come up that surprises me. Just like we were talking about, owning property and that kind of thing. And he said, well, we'll need, to contact a lawyer. And I was like, why would we need to contact a lawyer? We're buying a house. Because that apparently is something that's different here in the States than it is up in Canada. Here, you basically have a realtor, and, both the buyer and the seller could have a realtor. They kind of handle all of the paperwork, and then instead of a lawyer, we use title companies who basically, do a search and make sure that the title to your property is clean, that they then issue basically, title insurance, that if anything ever comes up that's wrong, they're liable for whatever. And then, you get the deed, you pay commissions to the real estate people, you pay fees to the banks and the title companies, and you go on about your business. Apparently, up in Canada, a lawyer does some of the stuff that we would normally think of being title company purview, at least the way I understand it. So, and admittedly, my understanding of it may not be great. So, for those of you who live in Canada, maybe you could clear up some confusion. That was my basic understanding of it anyway. So, yeah, some of that, it's like, I don't quite understand. And then we were talking about, we've been looking at houses in the town where my husband is from. And we were looking at various houses, and I was like, why are all of these garages detached? Like, that's, at least in my area of the US, that's not a thing. Everybody has an attached garage here. Just like everyone around here mostly has basements because we have a lot of tornadoes. And he said, oh, it's a thing in Canada because insurance is cheaper if the garage is not attached to the house, which, I can see that because, of course, should your vehicle ever catch fire, but I mean, does that really happen often enough up there? Maybe it's because of the cold and people run their cars in their garage to keep them warm or something. Oh, Does it have something to do with like block heaters and stuff? See, I've never lived far enough north that I've had to worry about any of that kind of thing. But I know like places further north where it gets super cold, you have to like keep your engine heated or it will basically ruin your engine. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. And of course, I'll ask my husband and say, well, why is it like this? And he'll say, well, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you have no idea. That sounded like you just made up a whole bunch of stuff to see if I would believe it. So yeah, if any of you out there know, please enlighten me and let me know. So let's see. How long have I been talking for? Let me look at this. Oh, a long way. Okay. So, one last thing I was going to tell you guys about. In addition to all the stuff about moving to Canada and everything, I have discovered that my portable hard drive is almost full, you guys. I don't know, some of you might remember when I switched from a PC to a Mac, I had lots of things that I had to do, and buying a new portable hard drive ended up being one of them because Mac did not recognize my old one. So I bought a new 4 terabyte hard drive thinking, that'll be plenty of storage. Who needs a terabyte of storage, much less 4? Well, fast forward a few months and, a year of YouTube videos later, and it turns out I need 4 terabytes of storage and then some. So I've got about 3 terabytes, 2.5, 3 terabytes of video storage footage stored on the hard drive. So I'm going to need to buy another one. And there's a part of me that's like, I really don't need to keep all of this footage. I've already uploaded the videos to YouTube. They're on YouTube. But then there's also that part of me that's like, well, if I want to do something with them at a later date, maybe. And, storage is much cheaper than it used to be, so we'll see. But yeah, I thought that hard drive would last me for years. And it hasn't even been a complete year yet since we switched me over to the Mac, and it's almost full. So that's kind of crazy. So, okay. So let me zoom you guys out a little bit here. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping, but that's okay. Any work is work, right? It all counts. So thanks for sticking around to the end, guys. Don't forget to be on the lookout for information on my upcoming DP for Pets event. I will be posting that on my Instagram and on my Facebook page and my Facebook group. So go out, follow me on Instagram, follow my Facebook page, join my Facebook group, do any and all of those things. That would be amazing. And yeah, I will be posting additional information as we get closer to the event. So I hope you all will participate. Again, I'm making a donation. If you do too, that's great, not required. I'm asking that you follow me on Instagram and YouTube to be eligible for the drawing, but if you're not interested in that and you just want to participate in the event, again, you're more than welcome to join along and post pictures and let me know, because I definitely want to see what everybody else is going to be working on. As we get closer, I will be sharing with you my first canvas that I will be doing. I'm hoping to get through more than one in the course of that month for the event, but we'll see. I never know how things are going to go, so we'll see. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Hit that subscribe button. That helps me out even more. And hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.